We all have that one friend. You know the one. You tell them the vibe starts at 8 p.m., but in your head, you have already logged it as 8:30 because you know their internal clock is running on a different server. Or maybe you are that friend. You are staring at the Leave Now notification, you are low-key stressed, but for some reason, you decide that right now is the perfect time to reorganize your desk or start a side quest that has zero relevance to your life. Then you show up 15 minutes late, hitting the group chat with that "sorry, traffic was crazy" NPC dialogue, even though the only real traffic was the internal lag in your own brain. No cap, being chronically late is not just about being disorganized. It is deep-coded in your psychology. You're not trying to be disrespectful. Your brain is just rendering time differently than everyone else. Today, we are diving into the psychology of lateness. We're talking time blindness, the planning fallacy, and why your brain is obsessed with that last-minute adrenaline rush. Welcome to Mindcrafted. Let's cook.
First, we have to talk about the planning fallacy. This is a psychological phenomenon where we high-key underestimate how long a task is going to take, even if we have done it 1,000 times before. Think about traveling in Minecraft. You look at the map and think, bet, that village is only 200 blocks away. I can get there in 30 seconds. But you forget about the mountain you have to parkour over, the ravine you almost fall into, and the 3 skeletons that decided to beef with you on the way. Your brain does the exact same thing in real life. You think it takes 10 minutes to get to the gym, but your brain completely ignores the micro tasks, the 2 minutes spent finding your keys, the 3 minutes at the red light, and the 5 minutes it takes to actually find a parking spot. Psychologists call this expansionist thinking. You are viewing the journey in its idealized form. You are essentially playing on creative mode in your head, but trying to execute in survival mode.
Next up is time blindness. This is a massive thing in neurodivergent circles, but it affects almost everyone to some degree. Time blindness is when your brain's internal clock has a really low render distance. You do not feel time passing. You only see the now and the not now. When you are in a flow state, maybe you are coding, gaming, or just deep in a TikTok scroll, your brain suppresses the part of the parietal lobe that tracks time. You are locked in. For someone with time blindness, 5 minutes and 50 minutes feel exactly the same until the not now suddenly becomes a crisis. In Minecraft terms, it is like being deep in a cave mining diamonds. You are so focused on that next vein of ore that you do not realize your inventory is full. Your pickaxe is at 1% durability, and it has been nighttime in the overworld for 3 days.
Now, this next part might hurt a little. For some of you, being late is an addiction. Not the fun kind, but a dopamine-seeking behavior. Some people's brains do not actually fire up until there's a threat. When you are on time, your brain is bored. It is low energy. But when you realize you have 4 minutes to get across town, your brain dumps a massive load of adrenaline and cortisol into your system. Suddenly, you are a god. You are focused, you are fast, you are navigating traffic like a pro. Your brain loves this. You have conditioned yourself to believe that you work better under pressure. But here is the reality check. You are not actually more productive, you are just more stimulated. You are essentially speedrunning your life because the standard gameplay feels too slow.
There is one more psychological layer here that people rarely talk about, and that is transition anxiety. Some people are late because they subconsciously hate the loading screen between activities, the in-between time, the drive, the waiting, the standing around. It feels like wasted space. Your brain wants to maximize every second of the current task because the idea of switching gears feels physically uncomfortable. It is like when you are about to log off a server, but you think, just one more chest, just one more farm. You are afraid of the void that happens when you stop doing one thing and have not started the next. This is especially common in people who struggle with executive function. Switching from home mode to work mode is a heavy lift for the brain, so you delay the transition as long as possible.
So, how do we fix the lag? How do we stop being the 15 minutes late meme? We need to mod your environment. First, use the buffer chunk. Stop planning to arrive at 8, plan to arrive at 7:45. Your brain will still try to be late for that new time, which means you will actually land right at 8. Second, externalize your clock. If you have time blindness, stop relying on your vibes. Use physical timers, stage timers for getting ready, shoes on, and getting in the car. Finally, use the one less thing rule. Before you leave, you will always feel the urge to do just one more thing. Don't. That one thing is a trap designed by your limbic system to steal your punctuality. Kill that side quest.